I have some juicy details about AMD's next generation Ryzen 8000 series processors, which are based on the Zen 5 microarchitecture. In this video, I will tell you everything we know so far about their specifications, performance, release date, and price. That includes the X3D variants of the Ryzen 8000 as well. Can AMD once again outperform Intel? Let's delve into that right after this brief message. CDKeyoffer.com is my #1 choice for when I need to buy a cheap Microsoft software key. They are a reliable provider of affordable keys to me, my friends, and the channel community for over 2 years now, so highly recommended. Use my discount code IVADIM to get 30% off an already amazing price, and grab yourself a Windows 10 Pro for $16, Windows 11 Pro for $23, or Office 2021 for just $52. You can use PayPal for fast and secure payment and get your key instantly. Links to all these products are in the description below. Let's start with the specifications. The Ryzen 8000 series processors will be manufactured using TSMC 4nm process. To put it in context, the current Ryzen 7000 series processors utilize the TSMC 5nm process. While TSMC already offers a more advanced 3nm process to its clients, AMD seems to have opted for the more widely accessible 4nm process for their consumer CPUs. It's worth noting that the 3nm process is outlined in AMD's Zen 5 roadmap, but it is reserved for server-grade processors. The number of cores, cache size, and TDP will remain the same as in the current generation. But there is little reason to get disappointed. Just wait until you see the leaked benchmark results from early Ryzen 8000 engineering samples later in this video. Here is how the Ryzen 8000 series lineup will look like to the best of my knowledge. The Ryzen 9 8950X will hold the top position, featuring 16 cores and 32 threads with a 170W TDP, followed by the 12-core 24-thread Ryzen 9 8900X with a 170W TDP. Then the Ryzen 7 8700X featuring 8 cores and 16 threads at 105W. And the Ryzen 5 8600X with 6 cores and 12 threads at 105W. In terms of performance, the Zen 5 architecture is projected to bring a more significant uplift than Zen 3 did. This would be over 20% IPC improvement over the Ryzen 7000 series based on Zen 4. Recently, Red Gaming Tech shared Cinebench R23 benchmark results for early Ryzen 8000 engineering samples. Looking at these numbers, I understand why AMD thinks it doesn't need to increase the core count just yet to compete with Intel. The next product line that can potentially challenge the Ryzen 8000 is the Intel 15th generation based on the Arrow Lake architecture, which is expected to arrive in the 4th quarter of 2024 at the earliest. So Ryzen 8000 could remain unchallenged for well over half a year. Additionally, Intel's 8+32-core Monster CPU for desktop is rumored to launch as late as in Q2 or Q3 2025. By then, AMD's Zen 6-based Ryzen 9000 will be just around the corner, and that's when I believe AMD will increase the number of cores on the desktop Ryzen platform. Let's return to the benchmark results. Ryzen 8000 single-core performance is rumored to fall somewhere between 2500 and 2900 points in Cinebench R23. If the rumors about Zen 5 bringing the same uplift as Zen 3 are true, then Ryzen 8000 processors should deliver over 20% more FPS in games. This means that a 6-core Ryzen 5 8600X will outperform every currently available flagship CPU, including the Ryzen 9 7950X3D and i9 13900KS, while consuming much less energy. It certainly seems like an exciting time for CPU enthusiasts. But what excites me the most is the increasing accessibility of high CPU performance for people with lower budgets, opening up opportunities to work on more complex projects in professional applications, make decent money, and push progress and creativity to the next level. Let me know in the comments below what you think about this. According to the latest leaks, AMD plans to unveil the Ryzen 8000 series at CES 2024 in January. The launch is expected in Q1 2024, but could potentially slip to early Q2. Additionally, AMD should be able to launch the 3D V-Cache variants by the end of 2024. Currently, we lack any leaks regarding the performance of the Ryzen 8000 3D variants. However, it's possible to make a pretty accurate educated guess by looking at the performance increases the 3D V-Cache technology brought to the previous Ryzen series processors. It is reasonable to assume that the Ryzen 7 8800X 3D will be at least 10% faster in games than the Ryzen 9 8950X. I foresee AMD's Ryzen 8000 series CPUs equipped with 3D V-Cache emerging as the formidable contenders against Intel's 15th generation processors. So, if you are planning to buy a gaming CPU in 2024, then these are the products you should keep your eye on. As for the price, I expect it to be more or less the same as the Ryzen 7000 series at launch. Neither AMD nor Intel have plans to reduce their prices anytime soon. If anything, the prices will go up, not down. But it doesn't mean that we won't see these CPUs discounted several months after launch to drive more sales. At this point, that is a normal cycle. Launch a new product with the highest price early adopters will pay, then reduce the price to entice everyone else to upgrade. In conclusion, the Ryzen 8000 series processors are expected to deliver over 20% performance uplift while maintaining a similar level of power consumption. Intel must start delivering its new products on time if it wants to remain competitive in the CPU space. I will be following this topic very closely, so subscribe to the channel if you haven't already if you want to stay up to date on any new developments in the CPU and GPU industries. If you enjoyed this video, then reward it with a like. It is the best way to show your appreciation for my hard work. It was I, Vadim. Until next time.